You shout out Soda TV too?
Show TV shout out.
Okay.
Soda TV.
Soda TV, what up?
Okay.
Soda TV. Shout out.
Well, welcome to Soda TV.
What's your name? Whatever it is.
Soda TV. It's Soda TV.
It's over, isn't it?
Welcome back to Soda TV. I'm out the window. I'm out the window. And that new young boy hit hard. Hey man, start off saying it's finna get that hot and muggy. I advise you to leave out the house. Matter of fact, drink one and take 2 bottles minimum. Dang, stomach out. And I said that because one for you minimum, and the other bottle could possibly save somebody's life. Dehydration, you know, is a real thing. All right, man, done with all that positive talk. We covering 3 things today. Yeah, 3. Yeah, buddy, we get into it today. So we have Theo off the Cosby Show. Rest in peace, brother. Real name Jamal Warner. We gonna get into that. Man died on a family vacation, man. The time that you know, wish to have the blast of your life, the memories that last a lifetime, the love in the air. You know, not only that, the kids get to build, you know, this is for their memories too. This is for the books, this is for the picture, this is for the man. And to pass, who knows what all family members witnessed that, and they couldn't really help the situation. Like, clearly, we gonna get into that, man. Show y'all how devastating it was. We're gonna also be covering Finesse2Tymes taking a picture with fans and the fan alleging that he was MUSTY, and that's wild. Only because, you know, he had just a few weeks ago, a month, maybe a little over a month, he just came out and said that he didn't used to brush his teeth, and you know, because he was in the streets, and that's why his teeth was looking like that. Like, wow. Acting like you can't use proper hygiene just because you're in the streets. Yeah, that is so untrue. So Finesse was tweaking with that, but stuff like that makes it so believable when fans come forth and say, look, man, he was stinking. You know, people try to put, you feel me? Gotta be careful with that. And the last thing we're going to be covering is Vert. Bloodhound Rell Vert gets dissed by Lil Bibby. You feel me? And that's who he signed with. That's what makes it even crazier. Yeah, man, that's who he signed with. Any leave with this stranger, man. This girl, you know, actually a fan, you know, a random fan that he end up hugging. He getting that give a hug and get in the car with me. Hey man, we gonna be covering all that, man. You feel me? You know, I bring it to you, and hey, I give it to you how it is and in the real. And let's go ahead and start off with what's first. Our brother Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away. What was that, yesterday? Maybe the day before? 54 years old. Yeah, man. God has blessed him to live. And I don't want to say that's a long life because as black people, we start to get comfortable with saying, oh, 30 years old, and you know, if we 50, we old. And it's so sad that the reason we're saying that, and the reason behind it is trauma, thinking that, oh man, our lives are so bad, we're doing so much wrong, we're in the streets, that our life expectancy is only, you know, 40, 50 at max. No, man. You know, it's people 60, 70 still running and refereeing, and come on, man. Like, we gotta put the bar higher than that. You know, we gotta stop the foolishness. But yeah, Malcolm Jamal Warner, you know, who was, and it's interesting that I found out that his mother named him after Malcolm X. And a Jamal came from, it was from one of the activists. I forgot which one. So really his mama was on that real time for real. And I didn't know, you know what? He had to be way before my time, because I didn't know that he had Grammy Award for music. You feel me? Yeah, man. He was one under the Will Smith Act, music, acting, and I could do it all. It just throw me the ball. But it's not surprising when you got somebody that's been acting since you was 9 years old. You know, by the time you get 11, 12, you in music, theater, arts and stuff, and then boom, by the time you 13, 14, 15, you on the Cosby Show. You know what I'm saying? Easy life. I ain't gonna say it's easy, but you know, it's like, you know, we call that the silver spoon, golden spoon at that, man. And yeah, like the brother, like I say, went on a family vacation in Costa Rica. This is where the incident took place. And what was the incident that costed him his life? He drowned. You know, I was gonna say that it was a current, what you call them, things that swallow people, but I didn't want to put any false information out there. But he definitely drowned. You feel me? And that's why I say it had to be devastating for whatever family members were present, and whether they had to see it from afar, up or up close, makes no difference. That is devastating, capital D. You know. So rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner, for sure, without a doubt, man. Thank you for your contribution to acting and music. So next thing we're covering is Finesse2Tymes and allegedly being MUSTY, not musty, MUSTY. Boy, oh boy. And like I say, it just hit a little different, because you was just admitting to not brushing your teeth as a grown man. Like, where they do that at? Like, and then you said it with pride. Like, see, he thought he was gonna get people to agree with it by saying, oh, I was in the streets You know, I ain't had time to brush my teeth. You know, we real ninjas who y'all I know y'all mess with me. I know y'all understand. No, we don't, brother. No, we don't understand why your teeth looking like that. Why you wasn't brushing them, even though you had all the chance in the world to do it. You wasn't getting that much money. And if you was, that should have been more motivation for you to brush your chops out here wilding. So, like I said, the fan said, what was the words? And this was a her, right? I wish they would have showed her face, so it would have added to the content. But says, oh, it does have a name. What it say? I don't know what that name is. So little A6 or whatever. Met Finesse2Tymes last night. Ain't even take no picture. Dude was musty as F. So he wasn't just musty. It must have been loud. Like, dang, man. So let's get into some of what the fans had to say about Finesse2Tymes right quick. Then we gonna move on. We got Gianni Jones. Y'all just not probably used to that musty weed scent. Hey, man. And he was dead serious with that. Man, I don't know whether to feel sorry for you, to laugh at you, or condemn you for you agreeing with Finesse2Tymes smelling like he smelled, and you're gonna give him the escape of saying that it was musty gas. Are you serious? Man, I don't care what nobody say. It's when people say this gas is musty, they not saying that it smells like armpits. It's just terminology, man. Man, this generation sad, man. Moving on to the next, we got Aya Holmes. Why he look like a thick math teacher. Hey, they been getting on Finesse2Tymes and his build what Honeycomb Braids, he said, the BBL. Dang, man. Okay, we got Alexis Benton. Maybe so. Did y'all have it on? Anyway, when we took our picture, he was smelling good. Oops, y'all caught him on a hot day. Dang. Not a hot day. Not asking them did they have the air on. Whether they had the air on or not. Deodorant is supposed to hold you over if you wear the deodorant that's 24 hours. You know, even if you sweat, you know, you shouldn't be getting that stink. And if you smelled yourself before you hit the stage, you should have been back in the back washing, and like ain't no excuse, man, because he overly grown. So we got Zisa. Yep, in the kitchen asking for more chicken. We'll do that to you. Yeah, I don't know what she meant, but hey, we gonna look at two more. Desmian Russell Holmes. Certain people have I have body odor type of look. Finesse is one of them. Yeah. Sure you right. Right. Yeah. He on point with that. Like, yeah, his facial expressions getting that heavy body odor. man. We got the last one. Novella Faith. It's not hard to believe he literally got on the internet and said he don't brush his teeth. Bingo. Novella, she definitely hit the jackpot. She jackpot cash out. Yes. Like I said in the beginning, it equates to about the same. It's the same caliber of person. A person that wouldn't brush their teeth is definitely the same person that's gonna smell like a farm of hogs. You know, that just is what it is. You know, Finesse2Tymes too grown to have been doing that. You know, because I was gonna say that he too grown to admit it, but whether he admitted it or not, he was really out there trapping, living day to day, week to week, year to year, not brushing his teeth. And that's really why he had to get that dental work, man. And I thought that it was just because of like genetics and deformity, you know, his mouth and no, like, yeah, the deformate, what's the right word? His teeth was like misplaced and deformed, probably because of genetics or whatever, but the color of them, the discoloration, the tint, he wasn't brushing his teeth, man. He wild hunted. All right, man, that leads us to the next segment. We got Rell, Vert, Levert. I think I'm gonna just be real. He's in my top 10 for show, without a doubt. So he comes from that No Limit type. Well, the Bloodhounds is clipped up with No Limit Drench Gang. Well, they was. I had looked on YouTube and I had seen one time they had problems, so I don't know how true that still is, but you know, either way, Bibby signed him and Q50 allegedly, right? But for some reason, you got Bibby that then jumped out there, and it looked like a little diss. You know, you let me know what y'all think this is. Let me get the word for y'all. Let me get the words, because you know I like to come with whatever I say from the horse's mouth. I don't try to put my spin or nothing. So, Lil Bibby posts, Vert, you a ninja. Let's be for real. You went crazy on this, but you are a H to the O to the E. I'm drunk, but it is what it is. Bump into me when I get back. I'm gonna let you know about yourself. So, this my thing. If when you plan, it don't really come out like that. You know what I'm saying? When you play and call your mans a bit, like, man, get your ass up out of here, man. Like, the extra and the elaboration is what separates the plan from the real. Like I say, you be like, man, get your on, man. You a H to the O. You know, you don't say, let's be for real. You went crazy, but you are a H to the O to the E. Bump into me when I get back. I'm gonna let you know about yourself. Basically, like, allegedly he feeling some type of way and he ain't gonna let it out on the internet, but he'll let you know to yourself, to your face, why he's calling you up. And I don't know, man. A lot of people think that Bibby is doing what they call an adjoint bidding, and that's basically like joking. But we got a couple of the fans, they got their own take on it, and we're gonna give them a chance to say what they feel. We have Dre Skinno. Bibby love signing ninjas that do perks. You gotta watch that fake Jason Tatum. Big Boss Cash. Bibby need to stay his hiding in LA. This ain't what he want. He been gone for too long. Don't nobody want to hear that no more. He said Momo, but I think he meant to say no more. Well, I don't. Do I agree that Bibby is hiding in LA? I think that's where he wanted to go. Everybody wanted to leave Chicago when they got their money, and they went out on a limb with some of those. Kali Cortez, drunk ass should have dropped a diss track. Hey, and why I kind of agree with him, only because I'm looking at it like it would have got, because I'm looking at it like if attention is what you wanted, it could have got more attention by dropping a track. But Bibby ain't in it for that. Bibby didn't, he signed Vert, he got his own label, so he wouldn't want to do that, right? I'm kind of siding with some of the fans that saying that he's joking for real, because you gotta just be serious. Like, you know, if he had that type of issue with Lil Vert, would he bring it to the internet in that fashion? And would he say, I ain't gonna lie, you went hard on that with that? You know what I'm saying? If he's trying to address the issue, you know, he wouldn't be tagging along, giving them props too. You know, so that's what made me think that he was playing. But like, Bibby elaborated a lot on there, so it kind of leave it up for question. Okay, the last part, you know, Rell Vert leaves with a random stranger after taking a picture. The creepiest, I ain't gonna say it's the creepiest thing I ever saw, but he definitely getting his creep on. What? Get your creep on. What? Get your creep on. Yeah. And if you haven't seen it and don't know what the L I'm talking about, open your eyes.
Hey, Vert, we on YouTube. It's a vlog, bro. What you got to tell them?
Good. That's it. Hold on. You getting it in. Hold on. Who's that? Somebody he asked for. Okay. Well, then he asked for her. Don't show up and snatch her ass up quick. Hey, all your people didn't come, bro. Hey. The 50 want to take no picture. Want to take no picture.
Yeah, man. So I ain't judging them like I wouldn't have did it. You know, I ain't acting like it's a bad move. You figure deal me, but it was a relatively thirsty one, and to do it on camera, you know, that can put you in a category, or it can clout you up depending on how she looks, depending on how the fans like feel about you. But you on a hood type of run, so you know that kind of getting you ratchet, you know. Hey, who cares? Rell Vert out here. I'm out here. You know, I'm out here. Got my thought turned up. He getting that. Who was the rapper that did? I mean, Tupac was loose like that. Who else? You know, you know, especially when you're underground. Maybe a good look for him. We'll see how it matures, and I keep you up to date. Whatever I get, I bring it to you. All right, but until then, hit that like button a couple times. Hit it until you can't hit it no more. Please and thank you. Like I say, if you didn't share this, you know you wrong, but I can't judge you. Only God can judge. If you ain't subscribed by now, man, go ahead and get subscribed, man, so you can get this every time I drop. You see, it's the heat. You see, I can't be beat. You see it. There's no defeat. Who bringing you the content like this back to back to back on? Man, what? Exactly. Notification bells for you to be notified every time I drop. And this is the hot, the can't be stopped, greatest celebrity news channel on YouTube at this time. The Real Soda TV. It's written beneath. I'm your host, Soda. And I'm out.